Yo guys, what is up? What's going on? We're back here at the Brasso Nissan garage here in Calgary. They've been kind enough to let us back in to install some parts on the WRX. And today we're going to be installing the new Perrin 3-inch turbo inlet hose. So Perrin was kind enough to send this part out to me to install and compare against the OEM Turbo Inlet Hose, which is made of complete plastic. The Perrin here one is made of silicone and is a much bigger, it's a 3-inch diameter inlet hose compared to the stock one, which is a 2.6-inch diameter. This means that the Perrin inlet hose is much more smoother airflow with less restriction compared to the OEM one. Alright, so let's go take a quick look at what's inside the box with the inlet hose here, and then we'll get started on with the install. I've already opened up all of these in my unboxing video, but as you can see, Perrin's included all of the clamps, connection pieces, and the hardware that we're going to need to do the install. Now this is equally as important as the inlet hose. This is the flange connection on the end, and this goes up against the turbo. The OEM flange is made of plastic, and what that means is that it flexes under normal driving conditions. This one here, made of aluminum, is a lot stronger, and it's going to be a lot more durable, especially when mounted up against the turbo. It's going to give you way less flex and potentially reduce the opportunity for air leaks. Alright, so we've already taken off most of the clips, I think all of them here, but now I think we can just pull this whole tray down. It's probably got water in it. Just set it aside. Alright, so once you've got the under tray all taken off, here's where the OEM inlet hose is. And yeah, it's plastic and it literally flexes so much. Like, look at that, that's crazy. We might have to take off this piece actually, I think. It's already going. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Alright, so we've taken off the skid plate on the underside here, and now we're going to start removing the hoses around the turbo inlet hose here. So these small hoses that are connected just with these clamps. I think we just have to undo them up here with some pliers.
If there's no time, you just pull.
Okay, 2 on this one here. 3.
Some twisting and wiggling may be necessary to remove.
Once you've gotten those hoses off, there's 3 of them that just come off. One of them is with a clamp. You want to undo this 10mm bolt here. There's one on each side of the turbo. Once you get it loose, it's actually pretty easy to just remove with your fingers. And be super careful you don't strip this one. Obviously it goes right into the turbo. You might need some extension to get the one on the inside here. Alright, so then you can loosen this clamp here, and then you should be able to just kind of pull the whole thing apart. Alright, so once you've gotten all of those loose, you do have to also loosen this clamp up here on the OEM recirculation valve. So another clamp up there, you just have to loosen that. So this is the flange piece here that connects to the turbo, and now we're just gonna, there's one electrical connection on this that you do have to kind of wiggle off. Alright, so if you have the 2017 model, important to read the instructions that there's a small pin that you do have to remove from that connector when you take it off. Alright, and of course you have to take off the OEM inlet hose. So it took a lot of convincing, but we were able to finally pull it off. You need some muscle for this. Alright, so here is the OEM inlet hose side by side with the Perrin inlet hose. And you can see how much bigger this one truly looks, with the diameter being 3 inches versus 2.5 inches on this one. And then they've got these ripples here, or these accordion style bends that I guess just help it to flex. And really that doesn't help it in its airflow capacity, and this one's just so much smoother. It doesn't have those bends at all, whereas this one isn't as good. So swapping it out, this looks so much better, a lot more durable, and this is going to be a lot smoother airflow. Alright, so very important next step as we're preparing the Perrin inlet hose. You have to remove this small rubber gasket from the OEM flange connector here and put it over into the Perrin aluminum flange, just like that. And it'll just sit in place nicely, just like that. Next, we're going to install the Perrin flange into the Perrin inlet hose, and don't forget to use one of the clamps. This is the biggest size one, so it comes with different sizes. You want to use the biggest one, which is 52, I believe, and then we're going to push this into place. And then we're not going to tighten the clamp just yet. Next, we're going to take the next size down clamp, which is the 48 size, and just put it on the smaller end of the inlet hose. We're just going to leave them loose for now. We'll tighten them when we get everything back on. Alright, next we're going to install the crankcase vent union here. It's the 5/8 inch size one, and then the 3/8 one here goes into the evap. They can only fit into each of these just like that. I'm going to put each of those in, and then you're going to put one of the size 6 clamps on each of those. You might have to make this one a bit bigger. Alright, so the instructions say once you've got all of this stuff connected up, you've got your clamps on there just loosened, you have to remove the OEM boost control solenoid from here and transfer it onto here once it's in the car. But the way I'm going to do it is just put it on before, just to see if we can get it in with it on there as it is. And we don't have to put it on after. So just loosen the screws here off this. And you don't need those screws afterwards, so just take this out. And then we connect this into here. Just like that. Alright, so once you've got all of the hardware installed, all your clamps in place, still loose, everything set up, don't forget this rubber gasket or O-ring in the flange, and you've got this side with a clamp as well. All that's left to do is install it. So it's going to take quite a bit of wiggling, I'm sure. We're going to maybe go from this end first, and then put that end on after. We'll get everything installed, so let's go and do that. So we're having a little bit of difficulty getting it to fit up into place, so we actually had to end up cutting off about ½ inch from the recirculation valve hose that comes out of it to get it to fit up there nicely. Alright, so we just finished getting it bolted up against the turbo side. The flange was pretty tricky to get bolted up, especially because you want to be careful that you don't strip it, and it's just super awkward to get it up there, like with the angle it's at. We had to use like 3 or 4 different extensions, and all 4 of us taking turns trying to get it in there evenly. Proved to be pretty challenging, but we've just finished. We've got it bolted up. It's nice and tight. Now we're just finishing by connecting all of these little hoses back on. Alright, so we just finished. It's all in place now. Tighten up this side, and then don't forget to double check all of the hoses up top there. You tighten those. You used a zip tie around this one piece here, and everything's in there now. So we're gonna actually start the car just to test it, make sure everything's good, and we'll feel around for any air leaks. But it looks good. Alright guys, so that's it. That's how to install the Perrin 3-inch turbo inlet hose on the 2016 WRX. This turbo inlet hose can fit all models of 2015 and up of the WRX, and you can head on over to Perrin's website if you want to check that out. I'll have a link down below in the description. Be sure to stay tuned for my upcoming video where I'll briefly touch base on any differences I notice in the performance since installing the new turbo inlet hose. As well, thank you again to Nissan here in Calgary. This is the Brasso Nissan Garage dealership. They're always so kind to let us come here and do the parts installs on the WRX, especially things that need a lift like that. So much easier than working on the garage. Don't forget to check out the link in the description if you want to see the Perrin inlet hose right on their website. Thanks again guys for watching, and as always, I hope you're having a great day or night, whatever it is where you are.